Here's why it's okay to want to get your ex back. I'm Benny Lichtenwallner. I help people get their exes back. And I think it's okay not only because this is what I do, but there's several reasons why. First of all, not everybody's going back after their toxic ex that kicked them to the curb, that all their friends and family don't want them to go after, etc. Sometimes that may be you, but a lot of times it's not. For example, the person that's putting their family back together, for example, or the person who had that really strong romantic interest with their partner, but that person was an avoidant and they prematurely ended the relationship for insecure reasons. But beyond all that, I have a really special philosophy on why it's okay to get your ex back. So first of all, I believe that people give up on their relationships way too soon. Why? Because it hurts our ego to get kicked to the curb, and people demonize each other after breakup to make it easier to push each other away. So a lot of hurtful things get said. We take a lot of things personally. Everything's super emotionally charged. And once all that stuff happens, it's really hard for us to see that other person in the good light, or to even think that they would maybe want us again later. So somebody says something to you like, I'm done forever, or they say something really hurtful, and it's that bottom of the barrel expression about where you stand with them. You get this idea like, well, they said they're done forever, and they're expressing that they have like the lowest interest possible, so that's just going to be the way it is forever. But it's not the case. People get back together all the time, and people change their feelings about other people all the time based upon the circumstances that happen. And the cool thing about being a coach is that I get to see everybody's stories from like an aerial view. And I know that there's pretty much another chance with your ex every 3 to 6 months, depending on the circumstances. So yeah, people give up too early. Now, we know a lot of people refuse to change. And when you get the feeling like that person is going to refuse to change, then, maybe you shouldn't beat your head up against the wall and expect some kind of different result, right? Just being crazy by going after somebody that's a lost cause. I understand that that's a thing. But people can change. And incidentally, there's this thing called therapy that you can bring your partner to and start to get them to see maybe some of the breakdowns that happen in your relationship. And they say, oh, Benny, I talked to my partner about therapy. They said, no, they're never going to do it. And that's fine. And if you feel that way, maybe you should kick them to the curb. But the idea is that compliance follows attraction. When you raise attraction, you get compliance from your partner. Think back to a time where your ex was madly in love with you. Maybe they gave you puppy dog eyes, or they were giving you all this attention. In those moments where attraction was at its height, they probably would have followed you to the ends of the earth. They would have done anything that you wanted them to do in those circumstances. And so it stands to reason that if you raise attraction back to those levels, you can get compliance from them, which equals, hey, let's go into couples counseling. The bigger problem here is that you don't understand how the principles of attraction work, so you don't know how to do that. And then, maybe you gave up because some hurtful things happened and your ego is bruised. But you're not being delulu going back after your ex when you understand these principles, because maybe your ex had an avoidant attachment style. Maybe you can raise attraction with them and get them into therapy. Maybe they're worthwhile and their feelings are going to change after you've given enough time. And maybe all you have to know is, well, how long should I give it? Now, if you're interested in getting my help, getting your ex back, look at my profile, click this link right here, set up a call with me, tell me your story, and I'll give you a plan to get your ex back. And also, you can join my community where every single week we have a group call, and you can keep me in touch with your situation, and I'll give you proactive advice week by week, and you can access my course library.